Alright, 8th graders, let's do a short review on slope-intercept form. So this has to do with writing the equation that models a line. So slope-intercept form, what is it? Well, it's y equals mx plus b. Alright, and remember, m is your slope, or your average rate of change, and b is our y-intercept, also known as our starting value. All right, it's where it starts on the y-axis or crosses the y-axis. Let's do one example here. Let's say we want to graph y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. All right, so slope-intercept form. We've got our m attached to our x, which is negative 1/3. We're adding a 4, that's our y-intercept. So let's start at our y-intercept. So we go up on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is our first point. Then to generate another point, we're going to use our slope, which is negative 1/3. Now, that negative can only be attached to one of the numbers, either the 1 or the 3, but not both. So let's attach it to the 1. So that means down 1, right 3. So I go back to my y-intercept and I put my pen there and I go down 1, right, 1, 2, 3, and I place a point. There's my second point. Now I could reverse that slope. Essentially I'm attaching the negative sign to the 3, so that'd be 1 over negative 3, which means up 1, left 3, 1, 2, 3. Over the 3, my intervals aren't perfect here. Then I'm going to connect my 3 points here with a line, which is going to be better than what I have. I actually don't have a ruler on me right now. All right, so there's our line. We're going to label it with its equation, y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. All right, excellent. All right, now there will be some tricky equations that you'll see. So let's do one more example where I'm going to try to confuse you. Say you have an equation for y equals negative 2 minus 2x. Now, that is slope-intercept form. They just reverse the order of the slope and the y-intercept. They put the y-intercept first and the slope second. So if you want, we could change this minus sign to adding the opposite, or a plus negative. Now we have addition, and we could commute around that addition to bring our slope out front. So we could rewrite this as y equals negative 2x plus negative 2. Now this is what we're more used to seeing. The slope coming first, our y-intercept coming second. Slope-intercept form. So let's start at our y-intercept, which is negative 2. So we go down 2 on the y-axis, put a point. Then we're going to take negative 2, that's our slope. Now if you have a whole number as a slope, write it as a fraction, negative 2 over 1. And remember, slope is rise over run, or change in y all over your change in x. So our change in y is negative 2, our change in x is 1. So that means we go to the y-intercept, and we go down 2, right 1, very good. Now I could also reverse that slope. I could write that as 2 over negative 1, which would mean up 2, left 1. Up 2, left 1. There's my next point. Now I'm going to connect them with a line. Let's see how this has been my makeshift ruler today. Alright, let's see. Not perfect, Mr. Legas, but we'll accept it. Alright, then we're going to label this line with its equation, y equals negative 2 minus 2x. And I went with the original equation that I gave you. Alright, so there's a short review on slope-intercept form. I think I shared with you guys a link to go to Desmos, where you're going to play a game, and you're going to try to simulate the flight path of an airplane with a linear equation. So your goal is to write a linear equation that models the flight path of an airplane. Alright, so you'll have a little fun with that. As always, shoot me an email or a Google Classroom message, and I'm happy to help.